Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if your name is Prince William, it looks like Charles and Camilla are on the war path. It looks like Charles and Camilla are on the war path. Do you know that William has just been exposed for being a tax cheat? Do you know that William has just been exposed, right? Um, for at the end of the day, hiding his finances, taxes, and what's going on for the Duchy of Cornwall. Do you know that William's reign as above the law has just started? And baby, do you know that there is even so much backlash that even Peter Till has responded to this? Well, you guys, if you don't know, now you know. Let's get into all these surveys. You guys, I honestly can't, because at the end of the day, first let's start off with William. William withheld information about his taxes and the Duchy of Cornwall finances. These people just got a raise. Now, if you guys aren't, this is going to be a two-part video. One about the way William reacted to Camilla and Charles throwing him under the bus. And he went after Camilla's family. I'll put that in a different video, but first let's focus on this. William withheld information about his taxes and the Duchy of Cornwall finances. Don't forget that when Harry and Meghan were around, even when they were busy investigating Meghan for bullying, that fake investigation that went nowhere, let's also not forget, do you guys remember? Let's also not forget that William actually, can you guys fill in the blank? They were William and Kate, when she was alive and healthy, right? William and Kate refused to give their diversity figures. Now, if you guys don't know, the royal family lobbied and argued heavily for the right to be excluded from hiring anybody of minority lineage as their foot people, as their staff, as their accountants, anything. Again, the Queen fought for this quietly. That when the equality bills passed in, I guess it's their version of civil rights, passed in the UK, she said we shouldn't have to be pushed to have immigrants, foreigners, people different lineage in any position, even as far as a handmaiden or a footstool in a British monarchy. It should remain all white. These people are racist to their bones. And even though people like to act like the Queen was so sweet, yeah, on paper, but you look at her actions, even Harry, I know this is his grandmother, and he doesn't want to admit that his whole family wasn't worth a GDB, right? But at the end of the day, look how she threw them out to the wolves. Even this inheritance she left him, out of a $90 million fortune, she left him $8.5 million, and he has to pay taxes on it. Okay, I mean, I guess that's great, but it is a pittance. And William got pretty much the same amount, and William was going to be king. You already left him a whole kingdom. Why would you? Even the way they threw Harry and Meghan to the wolves, the way she angled with Charles and Camilla for Andrew to get off the hook. Let's also not forget, she said she gave her written endorsement of Camilla being the queen. Many people, including royal experts, have said that was a trade-off. She wanted to make sure that Andrew would be cared for after her death. Andrew is her favorite son, and she cares about him deeply. Now, what's the difference between Andrew and Harry? Well, let's look at the way she treated Andrew and look at the way she treated Harry. Okay? She took away all of Harry's military appointments. But even then, at the end of it, when Andrew was getting in trouble with all that stuff, you know what it is. I don't want to diminish it, but you know YouTube loves to demonetize every time you call those monsters out. She haggled that she would give her public endorsement of Camilla if Andrew would always be properly protected and provided for, and that she could use the family money to buy a settlement for Andrew. Nobody knows the exact amount of that settlement. Some people said it was 14 million. Some people said it was 50 million. Some people said it was 60 million. The point is it was paid. And we all know Andrew is a broke joke. That's how he got into this problem anyway, right? I mean, minus his proclivities for hanging around playgrounds. But in any case, at the end of the day, getting back on track, this goes to the core of who they are. William is taking it a step further. Him and Kate refused to disclose any of their figures on what percentage, if any, of minorities worked at the palace. I think it's probably 0% in their staff because, yeah. And second of all, they even had one person they would try to like trumpet them around and have them talking to the BBC and all this stuff. And Kate would be cooking them banana nut bread. But he's taken it one step further, you guys. Do you know that he's chosen to withhold more information about his finance as the Prince of Wales than his father did, than his grandmother did, than his uncles did? What he's doing is unprecedented. He is literally establishing himself as a modern day real life king. I'll do what I say. I owe nothing to these people and I'll do what I want. They said the end of the year accounts for the Duchy of Cornwall, the estate William inherited when he became the heir of the throne, shows that he withheld the amount of tax he pays on his earnings. The accounts for the last full year in which Charles was the Prince of Wales revealed he voluntarily paid 5.9 million in income tax. If he volunteered, that's what Charles said. He voluntarily paid that. While Prince William, and again, notice they said voluntarily, because if they volunteered to pay that, that means that he actually doesn't have to pay anything, and he just chooses to. Okay? William still pays income tax in the same way as the 24th. His office has decided not to reveal the amount as they are not obliged to do so. Taxes paid by the Prince of Wales on his earnings from the Duchy of Cornwall after deducting official expenditures for his family. Again, keep your eye on the ball of voluntarily paid. William, in his cheap, stingy, maniacal self, I think has chosen to be like, I'm not giving anything back. And that's why they don't want to release this. He's also going zero dark dirty. And he's setting the scene for when he is king. He does not show up at any events. He does not talk to anybody he doesn't want. And on top of that, he can just take money. I'll say this much. I think that this is great because William is doing more than we've ever thought anyone could do to destroy the monarchy. But let's keep going. The integrated annual report released on Wednesday by the Duchy of Cornwall shows that the surplus available to William, Kate, and their family was about $23.6 million, a small reduction from the year before, before caused by property management. The surplus pays for the office, charitable and private lives of the Prince and Princess of Wales and their household. The tax is paid at standard UK tax rates once official costs have been deducted from the 23.6 million figure. I want to see what these official costs are, because anyone that knows anything about accounting, yeah, okay. Senior royal sources indicated that the amount of income tax William pays is higher than his father, but Kensington Palace declined to say how much tax was paid in 23-24, nor how much money was left from the surplus on which tax was owed. It meant the report into finances for the Prince of Wales office was much less transparent than the one in 2020-21-22, the last full year that the Prince Charles was entitled to the Duchy of Cornwall money. William and Kate employed less staff than Charles and Camilla did when they had the Duchy of Cornwall funds. The current William and Kate's current staff is 66, whereas his father employed around 100. 67% of William and Kate's staff are female. Oh, poor Kate. William is probably swimming in them. And 33% are male. Kensington Palace does not have a target for the diversity of their staff, but did reveal 14% of their employees are from minority backgrounds. Okay. Wait, 14% are from minority background? What type of backgrounds? They better not. You know how like Kat Von D tried this when she's like, look at all this diversity. And it was a room full of white people, but they were from different countries. Oh, God. But they were all white. Okay. But the most senior team around William and Kate, the management body that reports directly to them, are all white men. That's no shocker. But do you know what is shocking? I'll let you know. This is the funniest thing I actually thought. So at the end of the day, it looks like Twitter is going crazy, right? It looks like Twitter is going crazy. And by Twitters, I mean Peter Hunt. He is going in. Listen to what he said. He said royal non-disclosure triumphs over transparency. William's obsession with privacy trumps any concerns as to how this may look. The absence of answers to basic questions could prove unsustainable in the years ahead. People all over Twitter are saying, what is the prince hiding? What is he up to? Why is he doing this? They said British media practically, Elena Rose, so Carmen's granddaughter said, what is Prince William hiding? Elena Rose said the British media practically demanded to see the pelvic region of the American giving birth to her son of despair, but let the heir do everything as he pleases without complaining and harassing him every day. I thought royals weren't entitled to privacy. What about taxpayers' money? CG Hive said Prince William is publicly funded, so isn't entitled to privacy. That is the rule apparently. And again, we're not talking about a little 150,000, 300,000 salary. There was an excess of 24.3 million. This is in addition to the salaries they're paid, in addition to the savings and the fund from the Duchy of Cornwall. They said, and his homelessness pledge, surely he would be transparent about taxes he's paying if he's to have credibility in this area. The big man said, if Prince William cares so much about privacy, why is he always leaking to the press? Bobby said, this is an action of a man who is dangerously aware he has complete and unrestricted leverage over his subjects. What choice is there? Dorothy said, only people with something to hide will refuse to disclose something. Dim C said, the Duchy of Cornwall provides an annual income of $21 million for Prince William to support himself, his family, and his philanthropic work. The prince pays income tax on all revenue from the estate, called taxation alphas, and asks how much tax Prince William pays. Again, so they had their salary of $21 million, and they had a surplus of $24 million. That is literally almost $50 million that he's refusing to even say that he's paying taxes. Harla at Brazen Hussy said the absence of answers to basic questions should already be unsustainable, but the British press is completely devoid of ethics or standards and bows to those in power instead of questioning them. Tories #0 seat said contempt for the little people. Danielle D said, I just had an afterthought. Is it because the secret settlement would show up, if you get my drift? Very good, Danny. Exactly. If you show taxes, you'd have to show what you actually receive. But I still think he's not going to pay anything. Agni Andrews said, well, Peter, you and the media told him he is untouchable. Everything he does is perfect, while his brother is abused for everything. He knows there's nothing you can do about it other than tweet. Wheezy said, had the Brits ever heard of rioting demanding answers? Query Scouser said, no wonder Windsors don't do live interviews. Oya, formerly P. Duke of Edinburgh, said, I get it. He says he has fewer staff than his father. He also does less than Charles did. If he voluntarily pays taxes on his net income after official expenses, his taxes will be higher and reveal the extent of him and Kate's net worth. That is not privacy. That is not privacy being the issue. In my opinion, it's they're trying to hide something. Anyway, a royal priest said he's corrupt. Otherwise, what is he hiding? Now, let me just say this, right? I know everybody always talks about Sussex Squad going in. But you guys, if you go to the profiles of the Peter Hunt Twitter thread, they are all British people that really don't care about the monarchy that much, but they don't speak out about the monarchy. They are literally saying, as the people that fund this lifestyle, what does William actually think he's doing? Anyway, you guys, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.